Chapter 744. Even though the whale family also has an assets amounting to $200 billion, they did not have so much cash on hand. The amount of cash that they had on hand probably amounted to less than $10 billion. A household was like a family. If a family had $2 million worth of assets, it did not necessarily mean that they had $2 million in cash. They could own a house worth $1,300,000, a car worth $200,000, and certain other miscellaneous things worth $200,000. Finally, they would have about $200,000 in cash. That way, all of their assets in cash would eventually add up to $2 million. Therefore, even though the whale family had a net worth of $200 billion, they did not have that much cash on hand. If they were to buy the Instagram video platform for $85 billion, they would have to sell almost half of their assets to do so. However, the Anderson family was different. No one knew exactly how much asset and cash the Anderson family had. In short, their purchasing power was indeed very terrifying. They could buy over the Diamond Group for $100 billion when they wanted to, and they could buy over Instagram for $85 billion in a blink of an eye. Fury could not help but feel a little frightened at this time. He could not understand why the Anderson family was willing to spend so much money just to deal with the whale family. Does this mean that they were going to fight the whale family to the end? If this was the case, then wouldn't the whale family be a gone case then? As he was panicking, Fury suddenly heard a roar from the sky. The helicopter arranged by Lord Whale has finally arrived. This was a heavy civilian helicopter with a large fuselage that could accommodate up to 10 people. After all, this time, they did not only have to pick Fury and his son up. They also had to bring Andrew and the other 5 bodyguards along with them to South Haven. When Fury saw that the helicopter that was hovering above his head was descending slowly, he could not help but feel his flustered heart easing slightly. For him, nothing was more important than going home now. He could not wait to go home so that he could discuss and come up with a solution for this matter. At this moment, Adam suddenly stepped out of the Orem Grand Hotel. There were dozens of bodyguards dressed in black suits following behind him, and all of them had a murderous look on their faces. Fury trembled for a moment when he saw this scene. He originally thought that the Anderson family might not be the one finding fault with him. Instead, he felt that Adam was simply making his own decisions on behalf of the Anderson family. However, when he heard the news that the Anderson family had bought over Instagram, Fury finally realized that Adam was not making his own assertions or acting on his own will. Fury realized that the entire Anderson family was targeting the whale family. This was the reason why he was so flustered. Fury quickly limped forward before he bowed his head and said, "Mr. Smith, we are leaving immediately. We will not take too long. Please forgive me if I have offended you or the Anderson family in any way. I also hope that you can help me to put in a good word in front of the Anderson family. In order to express my most sincere and humble apology, the Whale family will go directly to Westcliff to apologize to the Anderson family in a few days' time. Please ask the Anderson family to be merciful and not to have any bad feelings against us." Fury was really scared at this time. The Anderson family was already willing to spend $85 billion to buy over Instagram, just so that they could continue posting the video to humiliate the Whale family. Fury could not help but wonder what kind of terrifying power the Anderson family would use if they wanted to kill and get rid of the Whale family. Adam looked at Fury with a cold expression on his face before he said contemptuously, "Do you really think that you are worthy enough to go to the Anderson family directly to apologize? Why don't you take a look at yourself in the mirror?" Fury's face flushed red immediately. Indeed, he was not worthy enough to visit the Anderson family at all. At this time, Adam yelled coldly, "Ask your helicopter to land far away from here. I do not want your helicopter to land on my Orem Grand territory. If your helicopter lands here, I will make sure that your helicopter is dismantled before I break your son and your other leg. I will make sure that the both of you crawl out of Oris Hill at that time."